All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Run Home podcast. This is a special edition of the first ever breaking news edition of the Run Home podcast. I am joined once again, the first ever repeat guest, Citizen Clone. Welcome back. Thank you for being here on short notice.
Thanks for having me. It was short notice.
It was really short notice. It was like 15 minutes notice. And so for those of you watching this, this will likely be out Wednesday morning, which is like 8, 9, 10 short hours from now. So it literally is a quick turnaround. And that's because we finally got to a place where we made a pretty big decision, I think. And I wanted to bring Clone on here to tell us all about it. It is his brainchild, and it's probably something that has me as excited as anything we've done short of the upcoming draft.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'm really hyping it, but it's real. I'm excited.
The biggest thing until next week. Biggest thing
I
until
don't know.
next week.
This one's pretty damn big. So.
All right, you made it sound ominous when you said it's something we had to tell them. But no, we had started talking about this right away because I mean, you got to know me, commission leagues, in TCL. So I wanted to start a league. So this is a little bit like that, but this is going to be. I went back and forth on the format. This is going to be our first annual Tournament of Champions. So I was trying to explain it to you. I don't know how much you've seen, but the plan is, well, there's lots of, we can make it as big as we want, but we're going to try to keep it steady. So we're going to do 4 leagues of 8 people, 32 people. We're going to cut it there. We're going to do it redraft style, very, very similar to how we've done redraft, because that right now is the best way for us to do a short-term competition. What else do I need? We're gonna so hopefully when we talk about it more, we're gonna have a bunch of people that are gonna want to do it. So when I say Tournament of Champions, you didn't see that, but so the idea would be we're gonna start this one, like we've already got debate about who's the best, how to measure that and all that stuff, but we're gonna start out with just straight up who won the most World Series this year. We're going to go, and then who won the most World Series last year, and then after that, if we still have spots left over, then we'll take entries after that. But it's wanting to kind of reward people that have been playing a bunch, having some success. So that's
all right. So let me. I have a set of questions. No, I have a set of questions that's going to walk this thing down. So people that don't understand what you're talking about or don't understand redraft, we'll go through this one piece at a time to get all the details. So first and foremost, I'll come back to the question about how we're only going to do 8 teams per league. So set that aside in your brain for a second. But just talk about the format. So we're talking about 4 leagues, and they're each going to play a season. Talk through the format of how they get from 32 teams to 1.
Yep, 4 leagues, 8 people. We'll take the World Series teams from each one, meld them together into the final table.
Both participants of the World Series.
Yep. So we'll get 2 people from each of the 4 to be the final 8. You can still have bragging rights on that World Series, but And then it's at that point it's winner take all, and so these are single season race to the victory. Yeah. And so this is where it gets cool. Which is pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's just cutthroat. And so the idea is that this is going to be a once a year championship.
Yeah, this goes back to Dave Smithius's comment, which I agree with, which is, when the World Series ends, that's when the most of us are like trying to figure out what to do with ourselves. So I think that's the perfect time for when we should kick this off every year, right after the World Series is over.
the fake
MLB World
Major
Series.
League Baseball World Series, not the real CSFBL World Series, because that's when
There you
we
go,
get
there you go.
started. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So and the 32 people, like you said, it may change over time, but at least the initial idea is going to calculate who's won the most World Series. So that kind of combines success with participation.
Yep.
It may change over time. We might eventually have some other way to grade owners, but that seems like the quickest down and dirty way to get it done. And then if there is a tie for this past year, then you go to the previous year and then come up with some other tiebreaker. There'll probably be some arguments about who is team 33 and shit like that, but that's okay.
There will be.
That's what it's going to be.
We can get more complicated with that in the future. I mean, even when I brought up rankings right away, you know, we had feelings about that immediately, and there were some kind of cool ideas that we could incorporate in to have this be kind of a year-long process to build towards. But this year we're just going to start World Series.
And so here's where it gets fun, because the reason that you picked the redraft style is because it's really the only way for all the owners to start out on level footing in the season, because there is going to be a full league draft for each one of these leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And so talk through what happens with eight teams, and then there's the rest 16 teams that are just drones, teams with scrub players. And so those 8 teams get to choose between all the talent in that league.
Yeah, so they're good teams. Yeah, you and I are used to this, but I kind of forget that people don't know. So yeah,
it gets crazy.
We do a huge, as the moderators, we do a huge dump of like every player that you're going to have any interest in drafting into the free agency, and then we just plow through the draft. So it's a short-term commitment in terms of it's one season, but it is a pretty long-term commitment it's a sizable commitment to do the draft, which takes a week or two, but I think it's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun doing it. I mean,
it's the most fun. The draft is the greatest thing in the world.
Yep. And this comes down to your draft ability and your game management ability, because there's no trading. There's no, this takes out the developing players and managing the dynasty version, which is awesome too, but that takes a bit longer than what we're looking for here. We're looking for the blitz, and Goat has their blitz scenario, which is cool too, although it takes, I guess they take
10 seasons.
Year.
Yeah.
10 seasons, yeah.
10 seasons, yeah. And
so that's a cool format too, but for now this is the only format that I know that's a one season format, like what we want. We've really enjoyed it. I think we can make it fun for people.
Yeah, it will be. Oh, it's going to be incredible. So what is because we're starting off with 4 leagues. Who's going to moderate the drafts? How's that going to work?
Don't ask me questions, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be around to help out. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get leagues started and then they'll take over.
Let them do their own draft, because you're gonna be able to.
Perry has shown some willingness to help out, and LQ, who's been helping. He said you can actually pronounce his name. I'm going to call him LQ. I'm hoping that he'll do some of his spreadsheet magic for what he's been doing for us recently. And there, I don't know if they're going to want to commission leagues or help out, but I'm hoping that we can show them, some of the things that we've learned over the last few seasons, because we've got it running pretty smoothly now. I think it's really fun, but it's, it's clunky in the beginning. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it really is exciting. Yeah. This is a chance to give people a little taste of, some of the different formats that we can use, and hopefully this time next year, we're going to have built in, it's not going to be this time. It's going to be pretty manual. Next year, hopefully we're going to have a bunch more options available for formats we can do.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. It'll give people an opportunity to test themselves, because the draft itself is a true test. And then despite there be 16 what we call drone teams, you don't get a day off. You don't get a sim off, because if you lose, yeah, a lot of times first and last place is determined by who loses against drones. And so it is a really fun format, and it forces you to manage your pitchers even more, your fatigue, everything. So I think that is going to be a fun part. So there's 4 leagues. They're going to get to the World Series. Is there any advantage to winning the first round World Series? At this point, no.
I hadn't built one in. This is a good debate we could have if you want. Maybe we could have that impact.
Like you get to pick your
draft
spot
order in the last one, or divisions in the last one. Maybe you get to pick where you are in the division. You can do something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's still a couple small details to work out, but and then
sorry.
No. This is, I mean, I brought you on here hot. You know,
I'll have that one worked out before I announce tomorrow.
You know, I love breaking news, so I gotta.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so you get to that final league, and then they play it out, and we're talking about adding a prize to this thing, which takes it to a whole nother level. Tell us about that.
We buried the lead on that. So the first basic one, we're going to give a banner to whoever it is on the site, so that they can show off.
The greatest owner in the game.
We're gonna figure out that banner. They're not gonna have to show off, because it's gonna be showing off for them no matter where they go. The next thing we're gonna do is there's gonna be some cash, which we decided it's gonna be
250 Amazon gift card, right?
Yep. And then the big one, people are gonna want the cash money, and the big one's gonna be Champions Ring. Which I think is going to be nice. Yeah. And if people have seen the belt that you made for TCL, I mean, they might need to go look it up, but they should know that we're going to be serious about giving them something that they want to win, that they're going to have something to show off.
It's going to be the greatest thing ever, because it's going to be an actual championship ring that the winner each year will get to have. And so ultimate bragging rights, you're getting real hardware at your house. And this is going to be the first one of what I'm going to assume is going to be, 100-year tradition. So it's going to be awesome to get it started and have everybody be part of history, which a history of this game as it grows bigger. So I couldn't be more excited about that. So
I think it's going to be fun. Hopefully we'll get people that are excited about it. Hopefully everybody will have a good time, not get too cutthroat over it all. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I say that, but you and I get pissed at each other in our.
It's rough, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing is so people that I don't know if we talked about it in the first podcast or not, but Clone and I would watch our games on Zoom like we're doing now, except we'd share screen and bring it up. And I tell you, he's one of the best people I've ever known in my life. And those are when he beat me in the playoffs 4 years ago. It hurts so bad. And even when he's trying to be kind and generous to me, like it just feels like he kicked my dog and I don't want to talk to him anymore. And that's the best part is it's going to be fun for people to actually feel that, and because there's shit on the line.
Now that you're saying it, this is where we need to get people on Zoom. You need to watch some key games of this on Zoom. We need to see if we can get some people to watch some World Series games live.
I had that idea while I was saying that. Is I was thinking that, and I'll just commit to it now. And that at least in that final World Series, I'll put up a Zoom and bring on the owners if they want to be part of it. If not, that's okay too. But I'll commentate the game and look up the players and have stuff to say about them. And I don't think
nicknames.
We've never done anything like that before, so that'll be fun. I'll do that. And that's going to be pretty incredible. So this is just like the start of the type of things that are coming. And right now we're working around the site a little bit, but like Clone said, like the idea will be that this will be a sign of things to come, because we want to make this more interactive, more fun, more unique, more I already said interactive, but I'm putting my own real money up on the line for the winner, and I don't even get to be in the damn tournament.
That's the sad part, is that we're figuring that you and I cannot play because of
we can't play. Because the best thing that would happen for me is if I won, and that would be the worst thing that could happen for the game. If I was
all rigged, it was all rigged just for you.
One for the thumb, 5 years in a row.
Then we get to still tell people that we would have won if we had played, but
definitely would have won.
It'll be good. The draft for anybody that's thinking this is the only stuff we're doing. The draft is right around the corner. We are doing substantial. There are big things happening, but there is a grind here at the beginning of just getting our systems in place and everything else. So this is a chance to have a little more fun.
Yeah, I mean, this is really going to be the biggest month of show me, that we're going to improve things that the game's seen in maybe ever, because there's a I don't want to overpromise, but everything appears to be on track to just put out the draft update this month. And we just announced the biggest tournament in the history of the game with actual real prizes. And so like it's pretty cool that hopefully this is a sign of the quickening.
You've got a wolf game going on right now this week.
Got a big wolf game going on right now.
Which I should not bring up because I'll give things away. We had planned. We're working on a community contributions page, and you're going to hear more about this. That Mac is going to be help supporting, but we're hoping that we can have that up for people to be submitting. We've got people that work on tools. You've got all these people that have their own spreadsheet things. We've got people that have been working on tutorials. So we're hoping to get a place up where if you've got stuff like this that you want to share, we'll get it up there for you.
That's been the greatest thing ever, is some of the stuff that people are just helping with on their own. Tying that back into this tournament, we tried to do essentially as a test preemptively for this tournament. We tried to do a test with the draft on Discord for redraft, and it's worked really well. But then also we have this spreadsheet that Elhugh created, and I think a couple of people have helped advance, or maybe he did it all on his own. But it's incredible. It made the draft like a million times more fun, and so we'll be able. Well, am I overpromising that we'll be able to provide that for these things?
Well, now that you're saying it, surely he's going to feel the pressure. He was planning to help out. We'll see how hard it is for him to do 4. Let's promise things for everybody now. We got to promise that Rent is going to do Rent's going to bring his grading over. What else do we need?
Yep.
Perry's going to help run it all from his experience of commissioning. What else?
Yeah.
What else can we promise?
Let's see.
I thought you were going to talk about, when you were talking about the community stuff, I was thinking about last week or whenever, when we jumped on. I thought that was really fun when we jumped on to try to test out doing AMA. And then on Discord, and we're not the most tech savvy, but
we accidentally went live.
Like the old days where it showed up and like 6 or 7 guys showed up immediately. Like, what's up, man? What's up? That was fun.
We were trying to test it out so that I could do like Ask Me Anything if you're familiar with it on Reddit, and accidentally went live with it, so everybody got notified. But then that actually helped, because like Afro was being a bunch of help, and people were telling us if it was coming across or not. And then it all turned out that I just needed to get on my computer and get that warning, whatever that warning was, a permission thing.
I wasn't, yeah, it was the 2FA, yeah. I wasn't gonna out you on that part, but it's just fun to have everybody around, you know. It's you know, just to have half a dozen people that are ready to jump on at a moment's notice is good feeling.
Yeah, it's cool. So so there's breaking news. I'm sure people are going to have a bunch more questions. Just hang on, my babies. There's more information coming. And when, I guess the obvious question is you said after the World Series, but we're after the World Series. When are you thinking about kicking this thing off?
I'm putting up the announcement tomorrow. It's going to come out at the same time as this video, pretty much. Signups are going to be out. My hope is that we're going to have signups until, I believe, Friday the 19th.
What signups mean? I thought it was invitation only.
No. You got that.
I got that wrong.
No, I described it wrong. We're going to have everybody sign up, then I'm going to rank them from that, with the assumption because of how much draft work there is and everything else. So once everybody can sign up, we're gonna rank them by the tiebreakers. So I should say that. So,
I got you.
Sorry that I am not making the gold letter gilded wax invitation.
No, that's probably the right way to do it anyways, because there might be some people that don't want to do this for whatever reason. I'm not sure why anyone would not want to do it, but it's better to have them opt in, huh?
They're not used to, there's people that aren't used to the redraft. They might not be ready to put in the time that's required, but I think we're gonna have plenty of people, and then we're gonna take people off the list based on the recent successes.
Yeah.
This year, last year.
I know you're gonna have more than 32 people sign up, but if you have 31, I'm playing. I'm in. Put me in, good. Coach.
That sounds good.
All right.
We're gonna have that going on till like the 19th, and then we're gonna start putting people in leagues. I'm gonna be working on getting the leagues ready, and then all of a sudden we'll be watching state lotteries to see what the draft orders are for everybody. Yeah, everybody's gonna get involved at the same time.
That's how we determined that was Perry's idea, I think. But like the most fair way to do it is determining the draft order by the California, Florida, and Texas state lotteries or something like that. Yeah. And it was a smart idea. I don't know how I came up with it, but
yeah. Hopefully that's going to be rolling in soon. We'll get the first season done. So probably the first seasons will be ending right around the new year, a little bit after the new year, and then the final table will be starting probably a week after that.
We've been doing redraft for over a year now. We've gotten the draft to about 5 days. And I'm not sure you can do it a lot quicker than that unless everybody's like off of work. But I would anticipate everybody should assume, like you said, maybe 7-8 days, 10 days max for the draft. But it's so much fun because there's only 8 teams, right? So like when you're picking, there's so much strategy that goes into it, because you also have to consider the entire draft board is filled with good players. And so now you're starting to think about, what do the other guys need? Mm-hmm. What are the deepest positions? What do you value more than other people? And you're making like all these calculations on it that become more important than drafting the best player on the board.
It's like fantasy football, and it's specifically like fantasy football where when the draft is done, I look at my team and I'm like, what the hell happened? I thought I had a plan and it all got away from me. I mean,
that's better than me, because you'd say that and then you do well. I always when I get done with the draft, I was like, I'm gonna go fucking undefeated. This is the greatest team that's ever been put together, and I finished in last place.
I've flipped. I was thinking about it. I've 100% flipped my strategies in a year to where I can't even go back to where I've gone. Small stadium to large stadium, small stadium, large stadium, slow, fast, power. then I got crazy with having low EN guys. Now this time I went to
High
only
end
EN
guys.
So
Well, that's
maybe,
because
I'm learning something.
in a format like this, a lot of strategies work, but it's more about the totality of the team than anything.
Yeah, and the market. I mean, just the flow of the draft. Like, seeing what everybody's valuing. Yeah.
Well, and the crazy thing about that league, I mean, there was a time where there's such a dearth of pitching that you wanted us to like have a lot or have an auction over the first pick, and then it went to the place where there was like 5 equal aces, and so it's who knows, like these leagues that we're going to create for this tournament, they are going to be from scratch, I assume. I think so. No dead leagues. So nobody's going to have seen or experienced these players before. They're not going to have any stats on the board. Yeah, that's cool. Is there a prize for second place? Nope.
Not that I had planned.
Nope.
What do we got to think about?
Yeah, we should give second place
banner that just says second place everywhere.
First loser. First loser is
bridesmaid. Yeah, first loser.
Instead of a ring, we get them a nice ornate necklace, a turquoise necklace
that says the name of the person that actually won.
Yeah. Wish you were here.
This was coming off of just thinking about, well, the belt is awesome. I was thinking about poker bracelets myself. Thinking about pretty cool things wearable things that people win. But
the ring is baseball through and through. That when you said that was the perfect call. Got to get rings.
I'm glad you're excited.
Yeah. No, I'm as excited about this as anything, because of number one, that I think it hopefully symbolizes to people where this is headed, and that we're going to make things a lot more fun and more interactive, more flexible. We're going to start putting some real money on it. And so I certainly didn't get into CSFBL for a cash grab for myself. Like I'm doing it because I think if we put start fronting some money, both in internal talent and then prizes and things like that, we can grow the game, the community, etc. So we can really get this thing moving. So I think this is symbolic of that. I'm excited because of that. I'm excited just to see how it plays out, because I think it's a crazy idea and it's going to really get people amped and just prepare in advance. There's going to be some things that get people hot too, because for one reason or another, it's just going to be a thing. But I think it's just that type of passion, that we're kind of looking for. I want people to be competitive and want to win and fight for their place and whatnot. So if you're listening to this, just know that when you get angry, we understand.
Yeah, we get angry. If I think back anyway, I'm excited too to think about, we're doing it this way this year. Who knows what we'll do next year? I am excited to see how it plays out, and I'm excited to see where we are in the next World Series. Where we are, our capabilities and things like that.
And I would just put out the disclaimer that obviously we're making this happen really quickly. So everything isn't going to be perfect. We're going to learn some things on the fly, fix the car as we're driving a bit. So just bear with it. And if you have any good suggestions, share them. But also give a little bit of slack here, because we just want to get this thing started and out the door, and let's just have fun with it. Yeah.
Hopefully we're already improving from the last podcast. All I did was stare off. I'm trying to look at you this time. You were rocking back and forth last time.
I always rock back and forth.
Maybe we're improving our. Maybe we're going to get this thing right.
Yep. And there's been a lot of improvements in the game already. More to come. You have I'm seeing slightly more gray hair, but it's all earned.
I don't even see any. Yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
Anything else that you want to make sure that we get out to the people?
No. Sign up. Get in the game. We're gonna give you a good ring. The money will tide you over until we can get. I mean, we're gonna get the thing. We need to get it sized to the winner's finger. So that.
Yeah, I kind of didn't think about that. So we can't just have a ring waiting for him. Oh, we got to
That's why
customize it.
To get a little cash to hold off and tell people that they actually won something.
That's right. And then my early projection is that Pimp wins the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. So everybody get upset that I just said it. Get in there and beat Pimp, because he's the last person I want to win this thing. So there you go.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
That's a podcast jinx.
We got to get some projections once we see who the managers are that are in.
Oh yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, it will be. It will be for sure.
He's calling you out, Pimp. You better not.
Yep.
Tell us you're too busy. You're gonna be in trouble.
No way. He wouldn't miss this for the world. I want to see everybody that thinks they're the best in this thing. I want to see that arrogant ones like Jelly in there. I want to see the on-chain analysts like Rent in there. I want to see whose strategy works the best. I want to see old human beings like Joke Line in there. I want to see everybody playing this game. Let's have fun. All right.
I like this idea.
Thank you for setting it up. And like I said, more to come. Tournament. Is it actually called the Tournament of Champions? Is that the name? I like it. It's Tournament of Champions. All right. See you at the ball game. I would stick around, but unfortunately, Clone has to run home. But I am out of here.